I've been thinking about deleting Facebook for a very long time. It's by far the social media that I have wasted the most time on over the years, uh, except maybe YouTube. I mean, I watch a lot of YouTube too, but I'm a bit more intentional with my use of YouTube. I like to search for my favorite YouTubers and click on my favorite videos from those YouTubers. Or if I want to learn something specific, I like to go to YouTube. I can't remember the last time I've learned anything specific from Facebook. My relationship with Facebook is more like, here you are scrolling, here's something that gets an emotional response, usually anger or sadness or I don't know, like any other just strong emotion that makes you stop and makes you engage. And maybe if it really pushes your buttons, it gets you to type out some long rant and get in some argument with your second uncle or the kid who used to bully you back in high school. Like, that's the thing about Facebook. You have all these relationships with these people who you don't even talk to in real life, and yet somehow you will waste an absurd amount of time sometimes arguing with them about things that are just completely meaningless. And at least that's my relationship with Facebook. It had turned into something quite toxic and quite... I guess it just wasn't making me the person I wanted to be. I think that can happen to us sometimes when we're not careful and when we don't re-examine the habits that we've gotten into. Some of you know that, I guess maybe it was a year ago, I quit smoking. Yeah, late spring, early summer of 2019. Oh yeah, it's been over a year. Oh, that's cool. I just realized that right now. It's been over a year since I quit smoking. 3 days ago, I deleted my Facebook account, and I recognized the same patterns. I used to, just get these sudden cravings whenever you see something, or you just like, you almost reach for a pack of cigarettes that's not even there. I've been catching myself going to trying to find the Facebook app, or even typing F and then, on Google search, the Ace book just shows up. You type in the F and the Ace book shows up automatically. You press enter. The next thing you know, you're there. But it's telling me I don't have an account. And then the light bulb goes on. I'm like, oh wait, I don't use this website anymore. But it's reached that subconscious level where you're not even aware of the decision you're making. You just find yourself there. And it's not only Facebook this happens on. Maybe some of you can relate to this in terms of Instagram or Twitter or any one of those websites that thrives on having your attention and having your time. So I deleted it. I finally cut the ties with that. I mean, I keep calling it toxic, but I guess that's the tricky part about it. At the end of the day, it's like, it's your friends and it's your connections and it's the people you've decided to engage with. So for a long time, I justified it to myself as like, well, if there's some person who's a problem or some person I don't want to talk with or whatever, I can always like delete or hide that person and the rest of Facebook will be okay. But I almost feel as though, like certain substances can have certain impacts on people. Like if you get everyone drunk together, they will behave a certain way. It's like if you get everyone on the substance of Facebook, we behave differently. I do it too. I find myself typing up like – angry messages and just getting in these heated debates that, I don't know, I don't use this website anymore. But it's reached that subconscious level where you're not even aware of the decision you're making. You just find yourself there. aren't going to change their opinion, aren't going to change my opinion, especially when it comes to politics or like current events. It's just not a good place to engage. And for a long time, I had something called a Facebook newsfeed eradicator. I think that's what it's called. If you use Google Chrome and you go to the extensions, it's a Google Chrome extension you can add called, newsfeed eradicator for Facebook. And what that does is it replaces your newsfeed with just an inspirational quote. So you can just you can use Facebook and you can still use the groups and like, all the other features, or you can search for someone's name and find them. But your newsfeed will be gone. It will just be this quote. And for a couple of years, that was how I used Facebook. I thought it made me more intentional, kind of like how I use YouTube. I search for what I want to find. But unfortunately, they don't have that. It's not available for your phone. So I found myself just checking Facebook on my phone, and I would still see the news feed. And next thing you know, I've wasted an hour scrolling through who knows what. So it's been a long journey to get here, to realize that I really don't need this in my life. That I guess the friends who want to contact me will find other ways to contact me, or if you're a friend of mine who like wondered what happened to me, I guess this video is like kind of a heads up for some people. I didn't make some announcement post like, I am leaving now because blah blah blah. No. I'm not the kind of guy who like stands up at a party and lets everyone know I'm leaving. I just kind of, when it's your time to go, it's your time to go. And it was my time to go. So that's it. I mean, I don't have some big lesson for you guys. I can't, I'm not necessarily making this video to tell you should do the same. But I wanted to outline a few of my reasons for doing it. It was a time waster. I wasn't having productive conversations when I was on it. My mood was getting worse after spending time on it. And you'd get these little notifications and you'd think it's important to check on them, but they obviously aren't important when you actually get to them. It's just the app's way of kind of keeping you coming back. It was too much for me. I cut the ties. And that's my little update. Oh yeah, sorry to any of the like 50,000 people who were following the New Travel Facebook page. That was another thing. I was like, but I have a community. It's my job to maintain this community. But then you realize, like, these are just people who have expressed interest in what I've done. As long as I'm doing what I do somewhere that can be found, like YouTube, it's not like I'm disappearing. It's just moved. It's like water flowing into a different bucket. I don't know. I guess my point is you come up with reasons why you can't do something, but then you realize these are just stories you're telling yourself. And you look a bit deeper and you realize, sometimes you need a change. So, goodbye Facebook. I can't say I'll miss you. See you next time, guys.